Hey developers, today we're going to look at nested slots. We're going to look at how you can create your own V4, and we're going to look at how you can do recursion inside Vue.js. And we're going to put that all together in a quick demo. I'll go ahead and code along with you guys at the same time. Feel free at any time to leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think, and I think you'll learn something today. Hey, and if you don't know, my name is Eric. I'm a full stack software developer. I'm also a big fan of Vue, React, Angular, and by the way, I do sell courses, so if you're interested in Vue.js, I actually have this new Vue.js course. I'll put a link in the description below, but it has tons of information on Vue fundamentals, components, intermediate and advanced topics. Yeah, so check it out. All right, so first I'm gonna give credit. Check out Michael Thiessen. I'll put a link to his blog. He has this pretty cool, interesting idea of how he created this V4, and I'm gonna use some of his what he learned in this blog, and I'm gonna show you guys all about it. Yeah, so check it out. The link will be in the description. All right, so let's take a look at some very basic things first. So if you've been using Vue for a while, you know that to iterate through something, you use a V4. Okay, so let's take a look at V4 and how you use it normally, and let's see if we can then create our own V4. So I don't know, we'll make a H5 here, and we'll add the V4 bindings to it, and we can just do n in 5, for example, and we'll have n here. And if we do that right, it'll say we need a key too, so we'll just put key equals n. And if we do this all correctly, here it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have essentially created a V4. This is nothing special. You guys have probably done this before. This, by the way, is just a syntax you can use if you want to just iterate over something. Normally, this would be like an array of items you would put in right here where this 5 normally is. But what happens if we wanted to create our own special V4? I mean, one unfortunate thing is that Vue doesn't like if I do vif here and, I don't know, put false. Gives a big red squiggly line and says vf should be moved to the wrapper element. So it doesn't like having multiple directives on one element. So that's one thing that's kind of annoying. But there's also some other things you can think of. Maybe we'd want to use our own custom V4 for, like say we wanted to use some different customizations of it. So let's go ahead and create a new V4. And I'm going to create a new file here. I'm just going to call it v4.vue. And I'm going to use the handy dandy vbase, which is an extension you can install. Just search for Vue snippets and you can install it. There's great ones by Sarah Drasner. And in this one, this component's gonna be pretty simple. What we wanna try to do is actually call itself and have itself display stuff. I'm going to add another V4 here. And in this V4, we're going to take in some sort of list. And we're going to take the list and we're going to slice the first one out of it. So we're just kind of changing or manipulating the list here. We'll go ahead and close it. And then we want to show something on the list. So I'm going to do list sub 0. And of course, we need to grab the list from somewhere. So this is just going to be a prop that we put in here. So we're going to do props. I think it's props. Yep, multiple ones. And we can make this as an array, or we can make it as an object, but we'll just do an array since we were just gonna keep it very simple, and we'll have list here. And so now this should accept a list, and it'll slice it, and you'll notice right away, if you're thinking about this logically, that something's probably gonna break here. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna go back to my App.vue, and I'm just gonna comment this out. And I'm gonna put in this, well, first I'll need to import in our V4. And by the way, since we're using V4 with inside V4, we didn't have to import it in. But we'll do V4 from and components, and then we'll do v4.vue. And then we'll need to have it inside here. Let's see here, we'll just call it V4 here. And now we need to actually use it. So we'll do v-4, and then we need to pass in some sort of list or some sort of items to it. So we'll have this list here, and we'll just have 1, 2, 3 as our list, and we'll make sure we close it. We can self-close as well, but we'll just do it like this. And if we did it right, you'll see it only did the first one, and if we look at the inspect and look inside the console, it's giving us a problem because form should be v4, but now it says maximum call stack size exceeded. So obviously what's happening here is it's calling over and over again the list. This list right here is being called, this v4 is calling here, and this list is getting called over and over again, and it never stops. So first we want to obviously stop at some point. So the easiest way to do that is we can use a vif on here. So we'll use the vif, it would be vif equals, and we'll just do list.length is greater than 1. So that way when it gets to the end, it'll stop and it'll go back up to call stack. So if we did this right, cool. So now we see 1, 2, 3. If we refresh it, there's no error in the console, so we've essentially created it correctly. And we have 1, 2, 3. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you the interesting thing is, if you put this at the bottom, then it reverses it. So it's just the way it displays it. So it's like going all the way back to the bottom of the call stack. This v4 is getting called recursively over and over and over again until it hits this point. And then it starts coming back. And then the first thing it does is it has 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's basically reversed. But we'll go ahead and put that in the top for now. But this isn't very interesting. What happens if we wanted to do scope slots? We want to expose this to the parent component. Well, we can do that by doing like this. We can do slot here. And then we'll have something called an item, which we're going to expose. We're going to expose the first one in the list item. And we're going to go like this to close it. We'll have to make sure we close it up here. And it's still working as expected. But now inside our App.vue, we should be able to use the slot here. So remember, if you're using scope slots, you can use this template syntax. You have a closing template. And then use this vslot is one way. I actually like to use this pound sign. I think it just makes more sense to me. And then you put in this, basically this means get the default slot, since we don't have a name slot here. If we wanted to, we could have named this, like this could be called name equals some name, and then we can access it that way. But since we didn't put a name on it, it's basically the default slot. And the way we access that is we put the pound sign equals, and then we can destructure whatever it's returning back. In this case, it would be the item. And then we could do something with it. So let's say we have an h3 here. I don't know, h3. And we'll put in the item in here. And then, I don't know, we can put a style to it. So style equals color purple. But you'll notice there's a problem here. So we got the first one is purple, but all the rest of them are not. So you might be thinking like, okay, we've been able to grab the recursive call, and it grabbed the first one out, which is this one, the first one, but every time you run this over and over again, it doesn't work. That's because when this gets ran over and over again, it's running the v4, but there's no like slot for it to pass up. So this is where it's going to be kind of interesting here. So I can actually, inside right here, add another slot, as if I was passing information up, because this v4 is going to get ran over and over again. So we can basically do the same thing here, have an item, and we'll have, of course, a closing slot. And now we can do, inside our template, we can have name slots. So you can kind of nest slots within slots. So now we are going to have this slot here, item equals item, and we'll self-close that. And now, since every time this v4 recursively gets called, it will have this as a slot that gets triggered on it and it gets sent back up. So now all of them are purple. So now it's working correctly. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around the first time you see it, but it's kind of an interesting concept. And certainly I could do all sorts of other things here. I could like make the whole list different colors. I can change the v4 behavior. I can skip every other one. I could do all sorts of things. And now if I didn't want to use this template and I just want to use it like normal, okay, it's working as perfectly fine too. So it ignores those slots because we don't have this slot up here, this scope slot right up here. So just try to keep that in mind. The scope slots kind of confuse beginners a lot. I should probably do some more videos on it, but it's a really powerful pattern where you can expose things from a child component to a parent component. So let me know if you guys learned something in this video. Leave a comment below. Let's see here. We've been talking for about 13 minutes. Once again, check out the link I'll put in the description and everywhere else to check out my course. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.